Hey guys, it's Summer from Salty News Network and I'm back with another folding phone. If you recall, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2 that we reviewed in our previous video was purchased as a birthday gift. So basically, our generous benefactor here felt left out and wanted one for herself. But without the giant and unwieldy form factor, she decided to go with the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip instead. Now, I know that the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip came out quite a while before the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2, but I'm still gonna take you through my first impressions of this, even though you can say that we're a little late to the party. But hey, better late than never, right? Without further ado, let's go! So, the first impression of the phone is of course that it's super pretty. This purple is really nice and it's kind of multifaceted. You can see that it changes colors, especially around the edges, when you move the phone around under the light. Unfortunately, it is definitely a fingerprint magnet. Come closer and let me show you. I'm gonna wipe this down perfectly clean. No dust, no oil, right? Now, I'm gonna pretend and use it for a little while. Now, open it up, scroll through some apps.
5 minutes later.
And close it back. And ta-da! We're back to square one. It's as if you never wiped it at all. Actually, our advice is to just learn to live with the smudges, because it's gonna be an uphill battle trying to keep this phone fingerprint free. This one actually already has the included cover on, which is 2 separate pieces. Quite interesting, right? If you open it up, you'll see the familiar crease in the center, as well as a slight bump around the punch hole selfie cam. Again, it's super noticeable when the display is off, but blends in once you're busy watching YouTube or doing something else with the display on. As for the tactility of the bump, however, you'll definitely feel it much more as you naturally scroll vertically more often than you do sideways. The screen has a 21:9 ratio, which is less tall than the Z Fold 2's and much more practical for usage overall. But personally, I still feel that the top of the screen is very hard to reach. You'll also get black bars while watching videos, which isn't that nice. Now, how about the folding motion? It's actually super nice. Like the Fold 2's, the hinge has just the right amount of tension for you to easily open it up with one hand and sit it up in flex mode to watch videos or make video calls. But then again, although I'm considered the most careful one in the entire Salty team, world klutzes, I still feel super insecure just flipping it open and close like this. I mean, I've been doing it since I was a teen on those retro flip phones, but because it's significantly more expensive and doesn't belong to me, I prefer using 2 hands to open it instead, which can be pretty troublesome. I can foresee it being super tedious opening and closing it non-stop if you're the popular type who receives text messages all the time. But the effort just to open it might actually help curb idle scrolling, which is a super bad habit that most of us have, right? Like you'll sit down and have nothing to do for 2 seconds, so you just unlock your phone, open Facebook, scroll for 10 seconds, put it down, and repeat it every 30 seconds. So yeah, this might actually be a good habit breaker for you. See? I'm good at making annoyances sound like a good thing, right?
Yeah.
And one more thing about this nostalgic flip action, you can actually end calls like this. So satisfying. Outside here, you'll find this super tiny display, which isn't really good for much else besides displaying basic info. Unfortunately, you can't interact with any of your notifications. So if you want to reply a text, you'll have to flip it open again. You can control your Spotify from here though, so at least there's that. Like the Z Fold 2, the outer display also functions as a preview for taking selfies, which is great because it means you can use the main cam, which is better than the punch hole camera inside. However, it's so bloody small that the only thing you can do is to make sure that you don't decapitate yourself in the photos. And if you're still capable of doing that in this decade, you're probably a boomer who doesn't take much selfies anyways. So, should you buy the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip? Unlike the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2, I actually prefer this vertical folding factor much more. It halves the size of your phone, which is really neat if you're a woman who suffers from chronic shallow pocket syndrome on all your clothes. It's definitely thicker than your normal phone when folded, but it actually fits. And apart from the slightly tall aspect ratio, the Z Flip works very well as a normal phone, unlike the Z Fold 2 who has an identity crisis on whether it wants to be a phone or a tablet. The specs on the Z Flip are pretty meh, especially at this price point. But if you want a trip down nostalgia lane, the folding motion of this phone is definitely fun to play with. As for whether flip phones will become popular again, I foresee that vertical folding orientations like the Z Flip, or even Motorola Razr for that matter, having a better chance at re-emerging into the mainstream than horizontal flips like the Z Fold 2. Do you think a vertical flip phone is something you'll consider? Or do you think it's impractical and just banking on people's nostalgia? Let us know down in the comments and we'll see you in the next one. This is Summer from Salty News Network.